everyone. I am Roslyn, Assistant Professor in EC Department of RMK Engineering College. I welcome you all to this session on Characteristics of Measurement System. Let us now see what are the topics which we are going to see in this session. First, we are going to see what is meant by characteristics of a measurement system. And then we are going to see the two major types of characteristics of a measurement system. And then we are going to see what are the two main types and its criteria and description. Let us start the session. Why we need to find the characteristics of a measurement system? Whenever we want to use a measurement system for a particular application, we have to know the system characteristics. In order to select a proper measurement system for a particular application, this system characteristics plays a very important role. So, in order to select a suitable measurement system for an application, we need to know the characteristics of a measurement system. Now we will see what are the types of characteristics of a measurement system. There are two major types of characteristics of a measurement system: static characteristics and dynamic characteristics. Let us see what is meant by static characteristics and what is meant by dynamic characteristics. First, let us see about the static characteristics. Static characteristics of an instrument are considered for those instruments which are used to measure an unvarying process condition. So, those process which doesn't vary or which is varying very slowly, those process which will be measured, and the instruments that is used to measure those process will exhibit the static characteristics. All the static performance characteristics are obtained by a process called as calibration. The main static characteristics are accuracy, sensitivity, resolution, precision, drift, dead zone, etc. Now let us see what are these static characteristics one by one. The first static characteristic of an instrument is accuracy. Accuracy is nothing but it is a measure of closeness with which an instrument measures the true value of a quantity. How close the measured value is with respect to the true value of the quantity. That is what is accuracy. Accuracy depends on inherent limitations of an instrument and shortcomings in the measurement process. Accuracy is expressed in terms of percentage of true value, which is equal to the measured value minus the true value into 100 divided by the true value. It is also expressed as percentage of full scale deflection, which is equal to measured value minus true value divided by maximum scale value into 100. The next static characteristic is precision. The ability of an instrument to reproduce a certain set of readings within given accuracy is known as precision. It is nothing but it is a measure of consistency or repeatability of a series of instrument measurements. Accuracy implies precision, but precision does not necessarily imply accuracy. Often we get confused with the word of accuracy and precision. We tend to think that both means the same. It is not so. Accuracy and precision are different. Let us see how they differ. Accuracy represents the degree of correctness of the measured value with respect to true value. But precision represents the degree of repeatability of the independent measurements at the same reference conditions. Accuracy of an instrument depends upon the systematic errors, but precision of the instrument depends on the random errors. These are the difference between accuracy and precision. Let us have a clear understanding with this small example. Here we are going to measure a fixed target position. As you can see in the first diagram, we have the target at the center of the circle. In the second diagram, you can see we have made some measurement. So those points, they show that they are not close to the true value or the target. So the accuracy is low. And also, if you see the repeatability, they are not close, the points are not close, so it differs. So it means it is low precision. If you see the third diagram, in the third diagram, all the measured values are close to each other, but they are not close to the true value or the target. Since they are not close to the true value or the target, it means it is a low accuracy. But since they are repeatedly same, it means it is high precision. That's what I said. Precision necessarily does not imply accuracy. But if you see the fourth diagram, there the measured value is close to the true value. So it has a high accuracy. Also, the repeated measurements are closer. So it means it is a high precision. So accuracy means or accuracy implies precision, but precision necessarily does not imply accuracy. So with this small example, you could have understood the difference between accuracy and precision. The next static characteristic is repeatability. Repeatability is defined as the ability to reproduce a group of measurements of the same measured quantity made by the same observer under the same conditions. So how far the same set of values repeat? That is meant by repeatability. Next we have the next static characteristic, resolution. It is the smallest change in the measured quantity that will produce a detectable change in the instrument reading. That is, for minimum change or smallest increment in the measured value that can be detected by an instrument. So it is sometimes called as least count of the instrument. The smallest value is known as the least count of an instrument. This is what is meant by resolution. The next static characteristic is sensitivity. Sensitivity is a measure of the change in the reading of an instrument for a given change in the measured quantity. That is, it is the ratio of change of the output signal for the given change in the input signal. The next static characteristic is range or span. The range or span of an instrument defines the minimum and the maximum value of a quantity that the instrument is designed to measure. So, the range is nothing but it describes the limit of the magnitude. The range describes the lower and the upper limits. And the span of the instrument is the algebraic difference between the upper and the lower limit of the instrument reading. The next static characteristic is drift. Drift is the variation of the measured value with time. So perfect reproducibility means that the instrument doesn't have any drift. There is no drift if the instrument readings are perfectly reproducible. That is, if suppose there is no variation of the measured value with time, then it means there is no drift. There are three types of drift: zero drift, span drift and zonal drift. Drift is an undesirable quantity for an instrument. So in this diagram we can see the zero drift, sensitivity drift, zero drift plus sensitivity drift curves. As you can see in the first diagram, here you can see the nominal characteristic shown by dotted lines and the characteristic with zero drift. So there is no change in the measured value with respect to time. But if you see the second diagram, here we have the sensitivity drift. So sensitivity, as we know, it is the change in the output for the small change in the input. So you can see here, as there is a change in the input, there is a corresponding change in the output. So that shows the characteristic with sensitivity drift. Then in the third diagram we have the characteristic with zero drift and sensitivity drift. So here you can see there is a zero drift as well as there is a sensitivity drift in the curve from the nominal characteristic. The next static characteristic is dead zone or dead space, or it is also known as the threshold. The dead zone or the dead space or the threshold is nothing but it is the largest change of the input quantity for which there is no output of the instrument. That is, it is the range of the input values for which there is no change in the output value. As you can see in the curve, for the range of the input values, you don't have the output is 0. So that zone is called as the dead zone or dead space or threshold of an instrument. This dead zone is produced due to hysteresis and backlash in the instruments. The next static characteristic is tolerance. Tolerance is a term that is closely related to accuracy. It defines the maximum error that is to be expected in some value. That is, how much error can be tolerated. That is known as the tolerance. The maximum deviation from the specified value. Whenever we have some instrument, there will be a tolerance given. Tolerance as 1% or 2%. That means we can accept the error, that is the deviation from the true value or the specified value can be accepted till 1% or 2%, which doesn't cause any effect. That is known as the tolerance of an instrument. The next static characteristic is reliability. Reliability is the probability that a device will adequately perform for a period of time under specified operating conditions. So reliability means how far you can rely on the instrument to give the accurate output value under certain conditions. The next static characteristics is linearity. Linearity is the closeness to a straight line of relationship between the true process variable and the measurement. That is, the deviation of the transducer output from a specified straight line. So as you can see in the graph, there is a straight line which represents the actual result, and there is a curved line which represents the output. So this deviation of the curved line from the straight line is called as the error. So linearity is usually reported as non-linearity, which is the maximum deviation between the calibration curve and a straight line position so that the maximum deviation is minimized. So till now we have seen about the different static characteristics of an instrument. As I said previously, static characteristics are used to define an instrument which is used to measure a unvarying process or slowly varying process. Now, the next type of characteristics of a measurement system is dynamic characteristics. Dynamic characteristics gives the relationship between the system input and the output when the measured quantity is varying rapidly. So, this dynamic characteristics specifies the instrument that is used to measure a quantity which is varying rapidly. The dynamic behavior of an instrument can be determined by applying some predetermined input to the primary element and then study the output. Some predetermined inputs like step input, linear input and sine input, like that predetermined inputs are applied to the instrument and the output is observed. Thereby the dynamic characteristics are studied for the instrument. The different dynamic characteristics are speed of response, lag, fidelity, dynamic error. Let us see what are these. Speed of response. Speed of response is the rapidity with which an instrument responds to changes in the measured quantity. As I said earlier, dynamic characteristics defines an instrument that is measuring rapidly varying quantity. So, the instrument must be ready to respond to the changes in the quantity quickly. So, that rapidity measurement is known as the speed of response. Next one is lag. Lag is the retardation or delay in the response of an instrument to changes in the measured quantity. So, if there is any kind of delay in the response of an instrument whenever the quantity is varying, that is known as the lag. So, the rapidity with which it responds is known as speed of response. If suppose there is a delay in the response, then that delay is called as the lag. Next is fidelity. Fidelity is nothing but how closely the instrument reading follows the measured variable. That is known as the fidelity. So, as I said, the measured quantity is varying. So, the instrument reading must be responding to that variation. So, how closely it is responding, that degree to which an instrument indicates the changes in the measured variable without any kind of error is known as the fidelity. Next we have the dynamic error. Dynamic error is nothing but it is the difference between the measured variable and the instrument reading if no static error is assumed. If there is no static error, if suppose there is a deviation of the measured variable from the instrument reading, then that is known as the dynamic error. So, we have seen the different characteristics of a measurement system. Let us quickly summary what we have seen in this session. First, we have seen what is the use of a study of characteristics of measurement system. Then we saw the two major types of characteristics, static and dynamic characteristics. Static characteristics are the criteria that define an instrument which is used to measure a slowly varying or unvarying process. And we saw the different types of static characteristics, accuracy, precision. Also we saw what is the difference between accuracy and precision, And then we saw about sensitivity, linearity, reproducibility, repeatability, resolution, threshold, drift, tolerance, range or span. Then we saw about the dynamic characteristics. Dynamic characteristics defines an instrument that is used to measure a varying quantity, and the factors involved in the dynamic characteristics of an instrument is speed of response, lag, fidelity, dynamic error. So this is what we have learnt in this session of characteristics of an measurement system. Thank you.